Hi, I'm Dr. Gary Sachs, and I'm here with Teresa Schmidt, our nutritional therapist here at Sachs Wellness Center. Today we're going to talk about detoxing, and we're coming into that time of year really where it might be more appropriate than any other time of the year. So coming into the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we tend to maybe put things into our body in larger amounts and maybe things we shouldn't do, but we do anyway. So what kinds of things are you addressing or bringing up to people coming into this kind of season?
Yeah, and that is a lot of people do feel pretty strongly about changing the diet to the season and what is available during that season to eat, and what the body's doing with it at the time. But I actually don't think there's a bad time to detox.
Sure.
What you can't do is detox two different ways. So you wouldn't want to do like a liver gallbladder cleanse in the middle of a 28-day liver cleanse.
Right. You don't
want to do that. And there are different ways of cleansing. So you don't want to do two at the same time. It's a pretty big point that some people don't even pay attention to. So if we are seeing somebody and we're detoxing them for like mercury or something like that, I don't like to have them do a detox at the same time.
That's having to do with
any of
whole
that.
Different approach.
Yes.
It's like it's confusing to the body.
Exactly. So some providers will have people do a 28-day cleanse or something like that before they even start. And I think that can be a little hard on the body too. If the body can't detoxify well, I think it can be difficult to just jump into that. So I like to get the foundation down, and people that have seen me know what that means. I get that foundation work done, get the body digesting and cleansing well, and then when you kind of take that load off, then we can talk about doing something like we could do a liver gallbladder cleanse, which takes 7 days. We can do a 10-day fast. We can do a 21 or 28-day liver detox. So there's a lot of different detox things that we can do and that are pretty safe to do.
And even, one of the things we've used here for years and years is drinking a quart of salt water. Which is, probably more focused on the whole large intestine, small intestine, cleaning out that system. Because so much has to do with, if you're not detoxed in that area, you're not going to be able to absorb your food very well. You're not getting rid of toxicity like you should. And it's something that you can do for quite a while, or you can do on a weekend, just one day, and we can give instructions on how to do that. But basically it's a pretty easy thing to mix salt and water and drink down a quart of water in a form that is very similar to the weight of specific gravity of our blood. So the body just kind of cleanses through. And so there's all kinds of layers of what we can do to ourselves to help our body from what we've done to it in the past.
And that's a really good one to do, especially for people that have like diverticulitis and diverticulosis. It's really good, that one, because the colon is a hollow tube, and there's a biofilm can build up on it, and then things can get stuck behind that biofilm, including parasites. So if we do a saltwater cleanse once in a while, the salt kind of scrubs that biofilm off, and it's so much healthier, especially for those people that have colon issues. So that's a really good one to do too.
There's one that's been out in health food stores for a while called the Master Cleanser, and that uses salt water for about 10 days. And it mixes a proportion of lemon and water, and you basically don't eat much of anything for 10 days. But I think a lot of this is kind of like choosing what foods to eat, or, as we've talked in the past about being on a diet, is knowing which detox you should do at that time. What's going on in your body and what needs to happen at this point.
And there are certain ones that we do recommend. Not even seasonally, but a couple times a year, I recommend a liver detoxification program. And people will a lot of times do that in December January usually after the holidays, and then one other time of the year. And if they've already done that one, they can do an occasional 10-day one.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the information for that. And I like that one because it isn't restrictive to no food.
Right.
You eat your vegetables, you eat your clean meat. There's some things you don't do because we're trying to clean the liver out. And then there are some meal replacement shakes that we do with that, or meal addition shakes, I guess I'd say.
Yeah.
And that's a fairly easy one to do. There's also a 21-day cleanse if 28 days is too much for people. But I tend to, a lot of people want to do that in January after they've had the holidays and they have to clean up the mess. But I like to recommend it actually before the holiday, like right now.
Get ready for what you're about to do to yourself, right?
Or if you spend that much time and effort on the cleanse, you won't blow it on the holiday.
Yeah.
So it helps people stay pretty clean.
Because, something we don't often talk about, but is like a side benefit of this, it changes your cravings entirely, and so what you were saying, to do it in preparing for the holiday, you won't feel like you want to do some of the things that you shouldn't do.
Like the sugar cravings. That's one of the big reasons people do that cleanse, is because they're trying to get rid of the sugar cravings and get off the carbohydrates, the grain carbohydrates mostly. But if you're going to spend the time and energy, even if it's the 10-day cleanse, that's still 10 days of being really good, spending the money on it, doing it, losing those cravings if they built back up. You're not going to want to wreck it over the holiday. Yeah. So I kind of like that part of it.
That's great.
Yeah.
If you think about, you come into right after New Year's and you have all these ideas, I'm going to do this. Well, think about what that would be like if you were walking into that already with high energy, already feeling like you've been doing good things now for quite a long time. Now what's your New Year's resolution going to be, and how strong are you going to be, to be able to actually do it?
To actually keep it, yes.
Yeah.
So, and there are good reasons to do a cleanse like this. The liver itself, it's one of our big filters. And we exchange all our hormones in our liver. So if the liver is sludgy and bogged down with junk that it can't clean out, it can't do hormones correctly. So things like hot flashes and night sweats and things like that. One of the things people need to do about that is do a good cleanse. Because it isn't just about the ovaries and the adrenals and the pituitary and the hypothalamus. It's also about that liver. Can it do its job? So it's a really good reason to do that.
Yeah. So many things in natural and functional medicine bring that point out about how, you may be having a problem that you would define the symptoms as being hormone related, but it's not that your body's not making the hormones.
Yeah.
It's that your body isn't able to use them appropriately.
Yep, exactly. Can't turn them into what they need to be.
Yeah.
So, So, there are so many good reasons to do a cleanse, and even just, if you've been a little bit off, even feeling off, a cleanse will just clean that out. You get rid of the foggy brain, get rid of the drudge and the low motivation and the no energy. That's a really good pickup. Yeah. So lots of good reasons.
Yeah. So if you'd like to know more about detoxing, give us a call, 989-732-7000, or you can reach out to us on our website at www.sacswellnesscenter.com.